Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games and welcome back to part 11 of my Suzerain Malenyevist campaign here in, Suzerain. Okay, so, whoa. When did our economy go down? Crap, oh no. That is really not good. Is that because we signed the workers' rights thing? Ugh, terrible. Well, let's figure out what region we're going to invest in. Gus Manager and Simon Hall have prepared an extensive regional investment package to revitalize one of top three economically fragile regions by boosting the municipality budgets, providing large sums of business grants, and giving cheap loans to companies with liquidity problems. This proposal can be implemented in one of the following regions or not. Let's do it in Bergia, I'm thinking, because that's where the Bloods are, right? And if there's one thing we like to do, it's trigger Turkish nationalists by helping metaphorical Kurds. So we're going to help out Bergia because I don't know. Like, I think it's just, I don't even know if it really matters. I guess if we helped out England, that might help us with, freaking, what do you call it? You know, the Agnolia? The country up there. But I don't think we're going to get an alliance with them anyway, so whatever. And then I don't even know what would be the benefit of working with Lauren. So we'll do Bergia. Help the Kurds. Young swords have been banned. We already knew that. Investment in Bergia. Yeah. I don't know. Probably it's just either helping a region or not. But hey, just like that, our economy just went back up again, although we went a little further debt. Okay, government investment in Bergia. It's going to attract investors. Proximity to natural resources. Debt nation. Swordland is in a tough spot. Condemning military buildup in Lesbia. Interesting. That's down here. That ain't even near Logsland, but whatever. General staff is convening. The chief of the armed forces this is Kruger, made a public press statement condemning the administration in its efforts to weaken the most important branch of the government, the military. All staff generals co-signed a letter of condemnation of the reigning administration. Well, that is really bad. That does not bode well for me, I think. Here comes the military coup. Okay, we're going to talk about law enforcement budget. Good afternoon, Mr. President. There's an urgent matter. What urgent matter? Something about supply distribution for the police forces. Why don't we have a chat? A chat about the so-called reform package? Sure, let's have a chat. You are repeating Sol's mistakes again. This is not what we were elected for. You don't agree with my decision. Was I not clear enough? I keep thinking about it, and I come to the same conclusion every time. There is no way I can get behind this. Don't forget that I have a vote in the court. Trust me, I'm doing all of this for the well-being of Swordland. She opened her mouth to answer, but there was a knock on the door. Lileas Graff entered the room. We were just discussing a few things. Sorry for being late. Important matter. Let's get straight into it. Okay, law enforcement situation. Ministry of Justice is working in close collaboration with the Ministry of Interior, addressing the protests. Thanks to the hard work of our judiciary, the law enforcement forces assigned to my ministry are doing their jobs efficiently. I would call it the success of our forces on the ground, not due to the judicial branch. As expected, the budget increases boosted morale of the employees in the law enforcement agencies. In these dire times, my people and Nia's people are especially delighted. This came as a pleasant surprise to many in the Ministry of the Interior, since it was not even one of our campaign provinces. And for all that, all I will say is bravo. This was an excellent decision. Okay, we're also happy. It's a step in the right direction. Thank you. I am glad you approve. Nia nodded. Okay, so basically how do we want to balance the budget? Okay, what if I decide to balance the budget? Between them, balancing the budget won't help us much. The current situation clearly demands a decisive choice to be made. Who brings the criminals before the justices? Let me answer. The police forces connected to the Ministry of Interior. Why should I pick the Ministry of Interior? It's a much more significant and important government agency that has in need of the funds, especially during these times where there are many protests in the country. Good luck prosecuting criminals or going through local government laws without enough judges, Lileas. So why should I pick the Ministry of Justice? Each day, the stacks of legal cases are piling up for judges. Excuse me. Are piling up for judges. Cases of corruption and criminals are delayed due to lack of funds. It seems to be it is an organizational issue, not a funding one. The Interior needs the money more for the police and local governments. I am ready to make a decision. What will it be? See, the thing is, I want to, I want to set up the secret police, but I don't actually know how to do that, I think. I think if we went with Ministry of the Interior, we could do that. Hold on, let me check the decision prompt guide. I have that guide prompt thing that says when you become, like, what makes you more Malenyevist and stuff, but I don't know if there's anything here. I'm checking it right now. In terms of creating the secret police, yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. Serca, stability order. Okay, we went more Malenyevist there. Oh, there's a decision thing for if we went for Bergia, Lauren, or Angland. Interesting. Yeah, so actually okay, this is a sidebar, but that regional investment decision, it looks like no matter who you pick, you lose 1 government budget, you get +1 economic development, you get a boost to your public opinion, and you also get a boost to the local economy. But because I went with Bergia, the bloodish people like me more. So there's virtually no difference. Actually, no, if you go with Lauren, public opinion goes up more. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's a more populous region, so more people are happy. Interesting. So really, Lauren would have maybe been the better bet, or I don't know. Okay, well, anyway, the funds will go to the Ministry of Interior to be used to improve the police and local government. Or do I want to distribute it? I think if I distribute it equally, it's not going to do anything. So, we're going to do the Interior. It says improve the police. That should mean we're going to make secret police. I must return to the ministry. Lileas turned to me. I have a proposal. We have been battling with terror for a long time now. I want to put an end to it. That's nice. That is why I'm proposing the formation of a secret state police. Hell yeah! This would be a new force that would be in charge of handling internal security and intelligence matters. The primary aim of this program is to detect and prevent subversive elements before they take any harmful action against the state. If you accept, this will give our administration power to handle the threats more discreetly as well. Very well, form the secret state police. Excellent, I will start the prep work. You are making good decisions after good decisions today, Mr. President. I will be in touch. Awesome. She's going to turn on me when she realizes I'm a communist. So, organized crime has been contained. We have happy police personnel, and subversives have been arrested. Yeah. Great. Protesters are targeting sacred symbols of disunity, one of the 2 main branches of Nerudity. Have become targets of vandalism. Kibner is calling the president to action. We need to address issues like racial tensions, foreign influence, internal security. He also wants military reforms, and he supports Joseph Lancia. Whatever, we're just going to fake it with Kibner until after we pass it, and then he's going to be in trouble. The recession is growing faster. What are you talking about? We just went down to 2, and then we're back up to 3. We're totally fine. You know, it's going to be nice and easy. Duck soup. As the kids say. Yeah, she. Meow, meow. Okay, anyway, we got a couple of different things here. We could do discussion of changes to the tax system, or over here, briefing on highway construction issues. Uh-oh. Issues? I don't want to hear about issues. I just want it fixed. What's that line from Ocean's 13? I don't want the birthing pains. Just give me the baby. Okay, I have concerned about the construction due to progress being slower than expected. We scheduled the project to finish in late 1955, but the Sorter State Corporation might miss the target with the current trajectory. After engaging with the managers, they have said that they are moving forward slowly but steadily. The cliffside ground-laying construction between Lenkirk and Arvery is proving more dangerous than expected. The SSC... I'm so sorry. Let me turn that down. Is an organization of principles, so they aren't rushing and risking people's lives. The state can't be reckless. How can we get the construction back on schedule? This doesn't raise confidence. I don't care about principles. I agree the SSC will accomplish it in time, but how do we get it back on schedule? That is the million ren question. There are a couple of issues that need to be resolved if we want the SSC to make the deadline. One of the important issues is their construction management team. The other could be the outdated construction methods used, which require more manpower, but we aren't sure if that contributes to the issue. Well, we're not going to change that. More manpower, that means more people employed, right? Good, good for public opinion and things like that. With that comes other issues. We don't want to create chaos in the management team, which could create further problems. God, I fucking hate construction. In my hometown of El Paso, it's just terrible. Just terrible. There's this one place, I might have told this story in the live stream before, but construction is notoriously bad here in El Paso. They come in, they rip up a street, they stick around for a couple of years, and they leave. Nothing actually changed, except the construction company got a lot of money, which just pisses everybody off. It's, one of those things, I don't care what your political or economic beliefs are, be they planned economies, free market economies, whatever. It's one of those things that, maybe I think everyone could agree that at some point the workers should actually do something, or the company, or whatever. And there was this place on the west side of El Paso that they put up they were in this area where there were a bunch of stores, and the business was being killed in that area by this construction, which was ripping up the street and blocking entrance into the area. So they put up it was this like fancy coffee and chocolate place called the Coffee Emporium, and so they put up a sign that said "Free coffee to any construction workers seen working," because nobody was ever out there. Nobody was ever actually working, so they never gave out any free coffee. Anyway, so the manager should be fired. This is unacceptable. It would be a drastic measure, but not unreasonable. Replacing them with competent managers would do. I disagree completely. The SSC managers are the most experienced construction managers in Swordland. Let's see here. Let's see. The state owns the SSC. They can't retaliate and bite off the hand that feeds them. Or I could say, finding competent managers could work. New blood could move things back on track. Yeah, new blood. Yeah. Fuck them. Alright. No, you can't just fire me because I'm not doing my job. Shut up. Alright, we have a lot, cat. Just the sight of orange just triggers me too, thinking of all those construction barrels on this damn city. We have a lot. Conquering history games. You're not in El Paso. You're in Swordland. You're in Swordland. It's okay, but they're making it like El Paso. They're putting the construction barrels, but nothing's being built. We could be president now. We can fire them. Yes, yes. Ah! I'm okay. It's back on track. Blacked out there for a moment. We have lots of talented construction managers in the private industry who would work for us in the SSC. One way or another, we have to solve this issue. This could lead to real complications down the line otherwise. We could either give the construction managers money, warn them, or replace them. With more resources, the managers are more likely to hit the deadline. Any other action just hurts the Swordlet. Oh, fuck that shit! You know what, okay, so there was this time in El Paso where this literally ended up taking a year. It was like a 5-year thing, but there was a construction company that contracted with the city to work on an area, and of course they said, oh, we'll get it done in this amount of time, and we'll get it done by this time. And so they went out into the highway, and they took away, they ripped it up, so that shortened the amount of lanes that were used, and then they took the concrete barrier, or they took, well, those wasn't concrete barriers, it was like the steel barriers in the emergency lanes, and they slammed in some concrete barriers so you didn't have emergency lanes anymore, which further suffocated the lanes. And then they left it all there, and they went back to the city and said, now we want more money, and if not, we'll just leave it like that, and you can pay somebody else to move everything back. And so they fucked the city again, and so. But then again, I sure have had my issues with the city. The city council plays into it too. Like, we had this one of the few that actually got hit for corruption charges. He took these bribes so that this construction company could build speed bumps on this one street, and those knowing that there was going to then be a trolley rail that was going to go through there, so the speed bumps were going to have to go anyway. So he just took the bribe money so that the speed bumps could be built there by the company, and then they were gone in 2 months because then they had to be ripped out again for the railway, the tram line. And then the tram was a disaster. It just all cascades. It all cascades. Just like, you know that early episode of The Simpsons where Homer falls off the cliff, and it's just following him, showing him hitting every freaking rock on the way down for like 2 straight minutes. That's what every construction issue is in El Paso. It just all cascades, tumbling into each other. Anyway, we could give more money to the construction managers so they can hire more workers and buy machinery. Hey, I know that you've been fucking up, but here's more money. No! Warn the construction managers, send a formal warning. No. Replace the construction managers with more competent people to ensure the deadline is hit. It's good to see that failure isn't rewarded and punished. We will find more competent people through our networks. Excellent. This is a bad decision. This hurts the Honorable SSC more than anything. It will hamper our efforts. That should be it. Good. We have figured out a way to move the process forward. The meeting ended. The 3 of us went to the beach of Lenkirk. It was rather rocky, but very pristine. The sunset looked absolutely astonishing over the Marquian Sea. The day-long visit ended with a dinner involving the most important people in the city. Many of them were bureaucrats. Later, we made our way back to Wholesword. The SSC managers were replaced with new ones to speed up the construction worker effort. Whew, almost lost my cool there. Alright, what's next? The central bank is issuing a budget deficit warning. Edith Agnock relayed a large deficit could have dire consequences on the strength of the currency and hamper the potential of the still-to-recover economy. Well, hopefully we're not going to be spending any more money on anything. Young Sword members have been arrested and facing terrorism charges. That's what you get for being in a banned organization. They were planning to bomb a rally. The perpetrators confessed to their plans and said they did it in response to the ban on young swords. They have each been convicted and sentenced to 154 years in prison for planning a terrorist attack on the people of Swordlet and for treason against Swordlet. Good. Alright, what's next? We're in Lochhaven. The Marquian Sea stretches, one of the largest harbors on the whole continent. Okay, so business meeting. I don't even remember what that was. Take a seat and let's begin. The Workers' Right Act did not sit well with many business holders. I need to watch American Psycho again to give this guy a proper voice. You know, do that Christian Bale, like kind of American Psycho, but also a little bit of, you know, Bruce Wayne Batman. You know, the Bruce Wayne Act. Just, you know, just imagine Mikhail Avon going, hey, cool it with the anti-bloodish remarks. First section about the minimum wages. Businesses lost millions. What is unfortunate was that this bill was enacted this late. Neither of them responded. Simon Witt, that's right, bitch. And I mean both of you. You're both bitches. I'm the president here. Okay, so we're going to work on a tax system reform. We got to end the recession. How are we going to do it? Taxes on the corporations. Let's start with the large corporations and we'll move on to small businesses. What are the outcome if we increase the taxes for large corporations? It's not an option at this point. Our economy is in shambles. Taking what remains from the businesses will destroy the economy further. Okay, Michael, or Mikhail, even. You guys say that I'm being rough on businesses, right? Millions of rent, businesses can't afford it. Well, we'll help out the small businesses. We can balance it by decreasing taxes of small businesses to put some relief on them. I see. I'm not sure if that's a good idea with the current state of our economy. I do believe there's one way to get out of this recession. It's just through the trade and the... You know what? I don't know if they updated her portrait. But I like this. She looks a little bit older now, just a teeny bit older. I think they've added some more lines right here and like on her face, which makes sense because I know that she was adopted, but it makes her look a little bit closer to Visky's age. That was just so. Good work with the portraits, art team of Suzerain. Continuing to praise you. It's good stuff. I'll go a step further. Increasing their taxes will have disastrous results and will make you an enemy of them. Trust me, Mr. President, no one but he wants to make an enemy of them. It goes both ways, Mr. Avon. Of course. What does everyone think we should do? Let's hear it, you capitalist pigs! Although I would have preferred a decrease in taxes, it doesn't seem to be possible. Our international trade is driven mostly by the products of these corporations. They are the backbone of our economy. Exactly. An increase should be out of the question. These companies are the backbone of our economy and our way out of the recession. I'm ready to make my decision. Very well. We will increase the taxes for large corporations and balance it with a decrease for small businesses. You know, for the people. You're making a mistake. This is going to have outrageous effects down the road. Enough. The president has made his choice. Thank you, Simon. Well then, I've taken note of our action and I will put it to implementation as soon as possible. We'll be giving people some relief by enacting tax breaks for small and medium businesses, and there will be an increase for large corporation taxes. This will help us sustain our balance. Simon organized the stack of papers he had in front and placed them back into his briefcase. Well then, thank you everybody. That will be all for today. Enjoy Lakovin. You guys can do that. You have the money for it. Bitches. I decided to stay a little longer. I went by the windows again and kept watching the sea in silence for some more time. There it is. I was going to say, where's my budget increase? Nice. Increase the taxes. Excellent. What do we got here with the economy? Large corporations are downsizing, leaving a large number of citizens unemployed. Thanks to our tax break, many small businesses are opening and growing, providing jobs for Swordland. Sounds like we net even, except more for the people. Actually, no, net positive because we got that budget back. Tax cuts for small and medium corporations. Torrent High School has won an award. Well, that's cool. Delegation occurred in the staff, even included diligent teenagers to improve and maintain the operations of the school. The Red Youth is calling for peace. Johann Gasmick, one of the leaders of the Red Youth, spoke to the public and condemned the opportunistic looting and violence taking place across Swordland, saying it is not being done in the name of Bernard Circus. Red Youth has no connection to the violence. He accused the police of trying to sway public opinion against socialism and legal Malenyevist groups such as the Red Youth. Some people are trying to incite violence and take away the meaning of these peaceful protests. He said he called for peace, saying the justified and meaningful protests have already lost their course and started benefiting a select group of people. So this is a guy who went to Arvory State School. He's Agno Sorchis. He's the founder and leader of the Red Youth. After reading about... Okay, he initially supported President Artur Visky and his National Democratic Movement, but later changed his view. After reading about Marcy and socioeconomics, he translated Carlos Marcia's biography into Sordish. Inspired by Marxian socioeconomics, Malenyvism, and Vlangs Lenin socialism, he founded and led the Socialist Students Association of Lakovan Technical University. He admires guerrilla fighters who fought against colonization. He is suspected to be the one who devised the plan to assassinate General Luteran. The attempt failed. He's now an editorial career as the editor-in-chief of Tussle magazine, where he works together with Dennis Stoller. Who is that? Swordist politician and current leader of the Communist Party. Have we seen this guy before? Is this guy new? Despite being regarded as a Malenyevist in Swordland, he wrote articles criticizing some of Leon Malenyev's policies, arguing that Malenyvism was distorting the real ideas of Marxian socio-economics. Remember, Mark is Marx, you know. Maybe it's probably Markian. He became a social democrat because he was a communist. He didn't get elected, so he founded the CPS. Okay. Red Youth calls for peace. Economists, large corporate tax increases are uncalled for. This will only weaken the backbone of our economy. Let's see. Smolak threatens new military... Whatever. Okay. I think we have time for maybe one more thing. I think this is where we're going to go to the school. Yeah, this is just we inspect the school and we find out they're being indoctrinated into soulism still. Principal, right this way, sir. That won't be necessary. Let him through. Shake his hand and smile for the cameras. Welcome to our humble school. Sorry about the security guards. It's a necessity. Or welcome to our... I'm going to say it's good to be here. Glad everybody came out. In Stretsin sis agnikar av gringa, in ota almervoltin into ola mexis. Education is the premise of progress in all societies and all families. School band's playing. Looks more like a military institution than a school. Okay, discipline is important. We need more educated people, not soldiers. On that we are aligned. They're going to take their daily oath. I am a sword. My strength lies in my blood. Oh my god, I just realized sword is a pun on a sword like that you could wield. An S-W-O-R-D. A sword. Wow. Anyway. I will respect our honorable elders. I will protect the young. My life belongs to Swordland now, and it will belong to it forever. I will always follow the guiding light of Colonel Sol and the great swords. Amorgna Vescor, Vector and Sisda. Do nothing. I almost forgot the words. Which proves the uselessness of this oath. No one even remembers it after they graduate. So, again, I'm sorry if this is a story I've told before. I'm not going to give my opinions on it, but apparently they don't do this in other states in the United States. But at least in Texas, where I went to school, we pledge allegiance to the Texas flag. Because you know how because you do your standard Pledge of Allegiance. You know, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, etc., etc. But there was always the second flag in every classroom. And I remember, you know, you put your hand over your heart and you'd go, honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Apparently it used to be longer, a longer pledge, that like, it was more wordy, but that's what it got lowered down to. So, yeah, it actually, although they did add under God, I think when I was in, actually, I think that happened while I was in high school, they added under God. I remember because that fucked with the, and I'm not giving my opinions on it, but I remember that screwed with the cadence, because you'd have people go, honor the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, one and indivisible, but then it became one state under God, one and indivisible. So, you know, those extra syllables would... It was bumpy for a couple of months. Anyway, let's take a look at our classrooms. All right, sit down, please. These are our top students and our top class. This here is my son. Mr. President, when you be, Mr. President, I want to be a general, sir. I'm ready to sacrifice for myself, for my country, and you, sir. And me. I will do whatever I can to not let that happen. Thank you, sir. The cameras flashed. This is simply ridiculous. You're raising soldiers here, not students. I'm so sorry. I will immediately perform disciplinary actions. How about you, young lady? What do you think about this? She's our top student in the school. Her excellent grades are I didn't ask you. She bent down and gently addressed the student. What do you think about your school? Just between us girls. I'm sick of having to knit and sew while the boys learn science and chemistry. I'm smarter than all of them. Why do I have to take these stupid handcraft classes? Shush, do you know who you're talking? Shut up, let her speak. Kiara's presence had emboldened the girl. She went on. My math and reading scores are the best in the school, but they won't let me take the classes I want just because I'm a girl. I want to be a scientist, not some soldier's wife. Let's see. We need more people like you in this country. I applaud your determination. We need more than words. We need action. Concrete action. We need to protect girls like this. The cameras flashed once again. I looked around the classroom and saw a large portrait of Colonel Soul. Take that down. But sir, that's... Oh, got my accents mixed up. But sir, that's a portrait of Colonel Soul. We can't just take it down. He was based as fuck. Let's see here. Lucian, do it. Lucian took the frame down and gave it to the principal. Even the reporters looked confused for a minute before taking many photos of the portrait being taken down. Kiara was smiling, and when she realized I was looking at her, she nodded. Well then, unfortunately we were almost out of time. We have other meetings to attend to today. Thank you for the warm welcome. Mr. President, Lucian, please go ahead. I would like to speak with the girl alone. Very well. Lucian, let's leave. Thank you for visiting our school, sir. Come on, class. 1, 2. All the students in the classroom yelled, but the boy whom I met was the loudest. A Malenyevist core! Leave. Oh, there's another event here. Briefing on the proposal of education reform. We'll do that next time. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I'm Conquering History Games, and I will see you all in the next episode where we're going to have to figure out what to do about all that. I'm Conquering History Games, and I'll see you next time.